Hello and welcome to Wonderland. My name is Allison, the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland. And in today's video, I have kind of a different pick a card reading than I've ever done before, I guess. So today I'm going to have you choose between one of these three archangels, and I'm not going to tell you who they are till you get to your reading. So what if there's one that like jumps out at you in particular, you will find a timestamp for 1, 2, or 3 in the description below. It'll take you directly to your reading. So the readings are going to be Reiki infused with channeled messages from the archangels, a brief overview of about these angels, as well as like tarot and oracle messages on top of that. I did not really intend to have differentiators on the cards specifically. However, I used a candle color and a crystal to connect to the angels' energies, but that was just like for me personally to help me connect to it. So I'll just go ahead and show you just in case you're called to one of the crystals or the candle colors. So this first angel here has a bluish teal color to it. So I used a teal candle that's over here on the left, and I also used some light blue stones. So I used celestite and angelite to connect to the first angel. The second angel's color is like golden sunshine yellow. So I use a yellow candle, and then I also used some golden healer quartz, and I also used, I know this is not yellow, but I also used some black kyanite to connect to her energy as well. And then the third one here is a pink color to connect to their energy. So I use kind of like a peachy candle because I'm out of pink. And I also used some rose quartz. So if you are drawn to either any of those crystals, any of those colors, or just to the card themselves, then that's the angel for you. I have just been feeling like the angels really, really want to connect to us right now. And after doing these readings, one of the things that the angels can help us with is to connect to other energies as well. Like they want to help us. The angels are the closest to us in spirit form, and they want to help us. And the messages from like all of the readings is like they like, I think people just maybe don't know what to ask for. Like you can ask for very specific things, but I was really getting from all three of these readings that they can help us connect to other spiritual energies as well. So like if you are trying to learn how to do mediumship and you want to talk to your ancestors, or you want to talk to people who have crossed over, you can ask for angels to help connect to spirit that way. Or you can ask for angels to help you connect to fairies, spirit guides, other angels, your personal guardian angel, elemental spirits. They can help us connect to the earth energy, to the moon energy, to any unseen force of energy. They can help us connect to that. If you're looking to connect to spirit, if you're looking to enhance your psychic gifts, call on the angels, ask for them to help because they are the closest to us. And I also feel that their energy is the strongest. Like when you call on an angel specifically, Michael helped with all three of these readings. And when you call on Michael, you feel his energy is instantly. Sometimes I'll see blue sparkles with him. Sometimes it just feels like he's wrapping his wings around you and protecting you. Michael's energy is very, very strong and very noticeable. So I think because angelic energy is so very strong and powerful, it's like, okay, you know they're there, you feel that they're there, and then they can help you tap into those other subtle energies or connect to spirit in a different way. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments. Let me know which group that you picked. Give me a turquoise heart if you pick pile number 1. Give me a yellow heart if you pick pile number 2. or give me a pink heart if you picked pile number 3. Oh, I don't know if there is a turquoise house. You can do a blue heart, blue heart for pile number 1, a yellow heart for pile number 2, and a pink heart for pile number 3. So thank you for taking time out for yourself today. If you would like a personal reading, please check out my website, priestessofwonderland.com, to dive deeper into any of the message that you may have heard here, or if you've just been curious about seeking out a private reading, those are available on my website. I'm pretty sure they're still on sale because I just haven't changed them back. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on the other side of the looking glass. Hello, group 1. If you chose this card here, your archangel that is reaching out to you with a message is Zachariel. His ray or color, when you call on him, you can visualize this kind of teal or a light blue color. And he is an angel that helps assist with surrender, and particularly graceful surrender. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the tarot cards that we got here, and then I will read the message and go through the rest of the oracle cards. So the first one we have here is the 5 of Swords, the Prince of Wands, but he is upside down, and the 2 of Wands, which is also upside down. I have the intention that these readings can be for any time. So they're timeless readings. Anytime you may come across this video, that means that this reading was appropriate for whatever it is that you're going through at this time. But I do want to mention that I'm filming this around the lunar Libra eclipse of 2024. And the reason I mention that is because, well, first of all, this eclipse is closing out a window from fall of 2023 because we had a Libra solar eclipse in fall of 2023. So now we have the lunar eclipse in Libra at opposite ends of the year. So things that you might be going through right now might also be recurring themes that you maybe experienced in October of 2024. I'm just saying that because I think that that pertains to some of you, and divine timing, like timing is everything. Whenever you watch this video, it's when you're meant to receive it. But I do think that like looking at what's going on astrologically when you watch it is also kind of significant. And the 5 of Swords was a prominent theme for, I think, us collectively in 2023 as well. The 5 of Swords card is like succeeding no matter what the cost. And I think that we've all been learning lessons that, like, especially on a global scale, nobody succeeds if we don't all succeed. Like, if the only reason that billionaires are billionaires is because the rest of us work as slaves, like, that is not a sustainable business model. And it's not sustainable for those of us that are within the working class. This card can also pertain to self-sabotage, and has this kind of self-sacrificing element to it. And I think for those of you that chose this reading, you are maybe in the service industry, or you do some sort of healing work, whether you're a doctor, nurse, a public service, even like food service, entertainment, hospitality. A lot of times that is a very sorry, my cat is walking across the desk and it's shaking the camera there. Sorry about that. But anyways, those of you that chose this group are helpers. You put other people before yourself for the most part, whether that's in your career or personal life as well. So Zachariel's message for group 1 is you are doing too many things and hoping that one sticks. Kind of like throwing spaghetti at a wall. Choose the thing that helps the most. Choose the thing that helps you the most, but also helps others. When you think of all of the things that keep you busy, how does each of them make you feel with just the thought of it? So this was kind of like a little exercise that he was like explaining to do, whether it's like make a list of all of the things that you have to do on a regular basis, or all of the things, all of the little fires that you have going on in your life. And when you write them down, just like think about them, or you don't have to write them down. You can just think about them. I just like to write things. So when you think about them, how do they physically make you feel? Like, how do you feel in your body when you think about these things? And how do you feel like mentally, emotionally about these things? And just go through like one by one and maybe just take notice of like how you feel about it. So if any of these things cause you physical pain or emotion or emotional pain, or like, and that can be like mental anguish, like when you think about work, do you feel stressed out? Do you feel anxiety? So if any of these things cause you physical or emotional pain, then how is it for your highest good? Once you are aware which ones make you feel good, make a plan and ask me for help to surrender to the resolution. And the Two of Wands is normally a card of planning. But when it's in reverse, you kind of either don't want to leave your comfort zone, or you're just kind of scattered and all over the place and not not formulating a plan and not taking the steps towards the things that you want to do. So your thoughts are magic powers. When you have negative thoughts, negative things happen. When you think that you are overwhelmed and busy, then you will be overwhelmed and busy. If you think to feel inspired and motivated, then you will be inspired and motivated. No more self-sacrificing. You will now be self-thriving. So just some additional messages about this card. Zachariah's name means remembrance of God, and he asks us to remember that we do not have to carry our burdens alone. It is okay to ask for help when we need it. Sometimes life throws up situations or issues that we may find too difficult to cope with. We struggle to find answers or solutions, but can find none. And so it is often the case that we end up feeling helpless or like we have lost control. He tells us a problem shared is a problem halved. There is no shame in asking for help. In this card, Zachariah is portrayed as a Yazidi man, a member of an ancient spiritual minority group from Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, who have faced persecution and genocide. Zachariah helps us surrender to the divine when we have nowhere else to turn. The material aspect of life is only temporary. Gently release any attachments to me. When you surrender, you open to receive that which is truly yours. This too shall pass. Our healing spirit messages are: spirit healers and helpers are with you. You have the ability to affect your own destiny. And send out help to others. So, I mean, these cards just kind of confirmed for me that I do feel like a lot of you that chose this group are in some sort of healing or service profession, because there's so much, like Zachariah's message was like, if this is helping others more than it's helping you, then you might want to reconsider, or taking the steps to make sure that you are filling your cup and that you are practicing self-care and that you're taking care of yourself so that you can better help and assist others. Also, with the spirit healers and helpers are with you, I think that maybe there might certainly be like other guides or guardians, or that maybe aren't angelic. Like Zachariah is coming for those of you that chose this group specifically, but I think that like you have other helpers and healers around you that can help as well. And if that's not something that you feel connected to or just don't really know where to start, I think that like Zachariah can maybe help and assist with that as well. Because I feel like I feel like angels can just kind of do anything, and I do feel like they help us connect to, I don't know, maybe it's because like their presence is so strong. Like you usually like just closing your eyes and envisioning this tealy turquoisey light, I think is really, I don't know, it's really easy to do and to really like feel that energy and feel that presence of archangels, because they're so close to us and they want to help us. So I think that they can also help and assist with connecting to other spirits, whether that's fairies. I mean, this is springtime that I'm filming this, so lots of fairy energy around. And maybe if you're not really jiving with the angel thing, you can ask for other animal spirits or an elemental, things like that. So Archangel Michael is here as well. I asked him to just help me connect to the other angels. So we're using his cards here. So the messages from this card are from Michael. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. And I want to read the message from this card because it felt very significant. So, your earthly existence creates an over-focus upon the material. In other types of incarnations, energy is exchanged with compassion and gratitude, and your soul longs for those gentler kinds of exchanges. But when you came to Earth, you've had to up your game in a manner of speaking. The physical exchange of energy called money seems foreign and cold to your soul. So deep down, you recoil from it. And I thought this was a really interesting message because we often get cards about prosperity and abundance. There's one card in this deck particular that I feel like I have it memorized now because it has come up like 1,000 times. We got a new deck recently that had issues about prosperity. And I think a lot of us struggle with that, especially within the last 4 years. They say that we're not in a recession, but we're in a freaking recession. And the cost of living has doubled, if not tripled, the last few years. And it's very, like, it's a difficult concept to struggle with. So I just like that message that like money seems foreign and cold to your soul. I mean, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it? It's literally like made up, and we all just have to buy into that belief. And when it just doesn't make sense, because I think deep down at a core level, we all feel like everybody is worthy and deserving of prosperity and abundance, sure, but we're more entitled, I think, to just having your basic needs met. You're entitled to food and shelter and water, and it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, like why that is not a basic necessity that's just provided for us. So anyway, because this world is immersed in the illusion that there is not enough, many of you wind up experiencing that as your reality. The truth is that you are divinely worthy of anything and everything your heart desires. Once you are stuck in the illusion of being unworthy, it becomes necessary for your guardian angels to help me get you unstuck. I pull out my sword of light in order to sever this tangled web of energetic connections to fear, anxiety, pessimism, unworthiness, and past experiences that you believe proves that dynamic of lack to be true. Take a moment to close your eyes, and with your intuitive gifts, allow yourself to see, feel, hear, and know that I am clearing all those falsehoods and baggage to make space for the prosperity you deserve. Now I ask that you give Divine another chance to show you how the exchange of energy known as money can work for you in this lifetime. Get clarity around your relationship to money so that you can heal it. Know that you live in an abundant universe and claim what is meant for you. I am sending you angelic coins in this moment to fill the treasury of your heart with faith and optimism so that you can energetically allow for your pockets to be lined with coins as well. I love that. I love like that I don't know, I can almost hear like, I can almost hear the ching, 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 clinking, clinking, clanking of like a slot machine with all the coins coming out of the slot machine. So Michael's filling up your pockets with optimism and hope and dreams. And Michael's other message for you is that it is time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. So, while I was reading this message, I was also getting the message about the Two of Wands and how we're trying to whittle down all of the things that you're doing. And two seems very significant. Like if you're doing 5 things, try to do 2 things. Like 2 feels manageable. And the message that I get with this card, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but the message that I get with this card, it's self-explanatory, like taking time out, play, allowing yourself to play, allowing yourself to experience joy and happiness. But the message that I get when I pull this card for this group is that like, and I experience this a lot as well. Like when we're really busy, when we think we have too many things to do, you kind of like spin in circles when you're like trying to do all of these things and trying to manage your day, manage your time. And a lot of times when we get overworked and overstressed, we're actually like not working very productively or effectively. So like even if you're like working extra hours, a lot of that time is actually spent when you add it up on the worry and the stress and the trying to figure out how to make this work. So like you're not actually like completing things and getting things done. But it's been my experience that if I just stop what I'm doing because I'm just spinning the wheels and burning the energy and nothing is happening, if I just stop and like I'll clean my office, like I'll clear off my desk completely, like I'll just take everything off of it and then I just like put in front of me like what it is that I need to get done that day, like the priority things, the 2 priority things that you have to do, so that you're not looking at the other things, you're not looking at that long to-do list. It's like physically out of your space, or just literally just cleaning, like vacuuming, clearing off your desk, clearing off the clutter, lighting a candle, doing some sage, opening the windows, getting some fresh air in. For some reason, like just that act of cleaning and that act of stepping away from whatever it is that you're working on helps me organize things in my brain. Like while I'm cleaning, I'm like, for whatever reason, just solutions just pop up. There, it's like you had to clear out the physical debris, the dust to like get your gears going in the right order again. And I think the same thing could be true, like taking your dog for a walk and then coming back to work with a fresh, clear head is a lot of times more beneficial than forcing yourself to sit in front of the work and stress and get tired and drink too much coffee and your brain's not working. You know what I'm talking about? So I think that's what this message was. Like sometimes a 5-minute walk or setting a timer on your watch for a 3-minute breath work meditation is going to save you hours of stress and worry and unproductivity. It's going to help you be more productive. So we also got a chakra card for you guys here. Higher consciousness. At any given moment, the consciousness of your highest self is available to you and speaks through you. When presented with an opportunity to express your thoughts, ask yourself this question: what would my higher self say? And give it a voice and let it make its divine presence known using yours. Your highest self is the lightest, easiest, most fluid form of your true nature. Be intentional about cultivating your relationship with this essence. So this is a throat chakra card. The crystal is celestite. Oh, wow. I was using celestite to connect to Zachariah anyways, because the card here recommended turquoise or any light blue stone. And I don't think I have any turquoise, so I used celestite and angelite because those are light blue stones. And the herb they recommend is lemongrass. So I feel like this card is really asking you to like kind of like the exercise that Zachariah mentioned about listing all of the things that you do and seeing how you feel, like how you physically and mentally feel when you think about these things. But I also think that this is referring to the connection, like you can ask for help. Like this group is really surrounded by a lot of spirit guides and energy. So like you're capable of like connecting and getting clear answers and hopefully whittling down everything that you're doing to 2. Okay. And the crystal that came up for you guys, which is very fitting because scolecite is really wonderful for any kind of spiritual connection, whether that's your ancestors, star seeds, fairies, angels, elementals. Scolecite is a Synergy 12 ascension stone that embodies universal consciousness and channels inner wisdom and spiritual guidance. It activates the soul star chakra, facilitates deep lineage and ancestral healing, and brings a flow of light. Scolecite also restores peace and helps with accurate dream interpretation. I seek higher wisdom and connection. My guides are with me, bringing healing to me and my lineage. So again, I want to remind you that you can call on Zachariah when you need help. It almost feels like he can help just kind of restructure and reorganize and reprioritize the things in your life to help you. I almost see of like a clearing of a path, kind of along the lines, like, because we want 2 of Wands to be upright and we want Prince of Wands to be upright. But I'm almost seeing like this clearing of a path. I think you have a lot of things on your path, a lot of fires on your stove or whatever that saying is. And I can see Zachariah and Michael too, just moving the things out of the way that you don't want on your path so that you've got a clear path. It's clear, you can see it. There's no confusion. Like this is the path that you're on. There's also a lot of like gold energy coming up in this reading, like the gold sun, the frisbee is gold, the gold coins, and then also the egg above his head. And so we want to take time to thank Zachariah for connecting with us today. We also want to thank Michael for connecting with us today. And thank you, Group 1, for taking time out for yourself today. Your angels are always with you. Just ask for help when you need it. And we'll see you next time on the other side of the looking glass. Hello, Group 2. If you chose this beautiful yellow angel here, this is Galgaliel, which is a new angel to me. And when I read her name, I want to say Galadriel, like from Lord of the Rings. So I might actually like misspeak throughout this reading because Galgaliel is really difficult for me to say. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit about Galgaliel from the book. Then we'll go through your tarot cards, and then I also have a channeled message from her as well. So, what an angel to call on at the start of this incredible new era of change. Like the fierce Norse Valkyrie warrioress in her card, powerful Galgaliel's duty is to help us raise our personal vibration, and this is particularly useful as we collectively raise the frequency of the planet. What does this mean? All energy is consistently moving. Even that which appears solid and stationary would vibrate when viewed at the microscopic level. When something is very fast moving, it's harder to see with the naked eye. Light is an example of this, as are angels. On an exponential scale, our lighter emotions vibrate at a higher, faster rate than our so-called lower emotions, which is why they can feel heavy and have a tendency to get stuck in the body. Galgaliel works to release the energy blockages that are preventing us from experiencing our highest possible timeline by raising our emotional frequency and bringing us back into alignment with Creator, our highest source of light and love. Galgaliel has the power to harness and control powerful energy vortexes, which she directs into our energy field and chakra system to clear negativity and transform anything that is stuck. Galgaliel is known as the head of the order of the Galgalium, otherwise known as the chariots of the Merkaba. She governs the wheel of the sun, energy, and vibration. Her color is a beautiful glittering yellow gold like dazzling sunlight. As she is a solar angel, Galgaliel helps you absorb the healing benefits of the sun and offset sun damage to skin or property. She also brings balance to the weather patterns. So please do not go out in the sun without sunscreen and think that Galgaliel will protect you from it. I think what this can be interpreted as, just to keep everybody safe, is that when you go out into the sun, I think like you can ask her to help you to absorb maybe the positive aspects of sunlight, like vitamin D, but always like protect your skin from the sun, because there are good things and bad things that come to the sun. So her message, according to the book, is your power comes from God and is the essence of love. Do not be afraid to use your power for good. Claim back your sovereignty and give yourself permission to follow your inner guidance. Take control of the steering wheel of your life and choose your direction. So the tarot cards that we have for group 2 here are the Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords, but it's coming to us upside down, and the Three of Pentacles also coming to us upside down. So my catchphrase, I guess you could say, for the Six of Swords in reverse is out of the frying pan and into the fire. So the Six of Swords upright is a card about moving from difficult times into more calmer, tranquil times. However, when the Six of Swords is upside down, we're leaving one difficult situation and just getting into another difficult situation. And the kind of the energy of this card is, you're like, why do these things keep happening to me? Is like the thoughts that go through your brain. Like, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? So Galgaliel's energy is warm and golden sunlight, and she wants to help you reawaken your own inner light. Your power comes from God, and it is the essence of love. Do not be afraid to use your power for good. Claim back your sovereignty and give yourself permission to follow your own inner guidance. Take control of the steering wheel of your life and choose your direction. Now, I know I read that already, but I wanted to read it again. So what is Galgaliel's message for group 2? You feel the need to climb into situations that are none of your business. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, those are not your issues. Those are not even your dreams or ideas. They are someone else's. I am here to clear your energy of everything that is not yours. Then we will fill it up with source energy, sunlight. This is your power to keep, to grow, and to tend to your inner light. Let the sun shine in. And I have an additional channeled message, but I want to stop there. And I see this Knight of Swords as you running in to fix everybody else's problems. And I think that's kind of the out of the frying pan into the fire. Like you just like, whenever somebody's got something going on, you jump right into it and you try to fix and change everything. And it's none of your business. We can't be everyone else's savior, especially when we're not saving ourselves. I think the problem with this group is because you are feeling that these issues are your own problems. Because I think those of you that chose group 2 are very sensitive. You probably consider yourself an empath. And empaths experience things that aren't theirs as their own. And Galgaliel's message here is she wants to help clear you of that, because you just feel so bogged down with other people's energy, other people's emotions, other people's problems. And even I'm seeing like the sunlight seems to be like underwater here. And then like these three coins and the sun, it's everything's your light is being suffocated and suppressed and underwater, and she wants to help you to clear everything that's not yours so that your light can shine to the surface, so that you're familiar with your light and your energy. So the other channeled message is, a lot of us have the thought, I'll do that when X, Y, and Z are in place. Like, for example, you're like, I will tap into my own energy, like when I get home, when I have time, when I'm by myself, when I can meditate. And these are things that are easily put off because we're like, I'll do this when, and then when never happens, So you are being, even if like for someone, I'm kind of getting messages from this reading, like for myself as well, even as someone who tries to make a point that at the end of the day, I am sending back other people's energy. I'm getting the message from this reading for me personally is to, like, I need to do this all the time. I need to be transmuting and running this energy all the time, because it can't wait for the end of the day, because there's just so much being released collectively right now that I'm just a magnet picking it all up, and I need to constantly be releasing and letting go and tapping into my own energy. But if you're not somebody that clears their energy at the end of the day, I think you need to start doing that. Maybe start your day off clearing your energy and ending your day clearing your energy as well. And Galgaliel is somebody that can help with that. So there's no, the rest of her messages, there is no time like now. Some believe that empaths came to be because of some past trauma or parental guardian having an influx of emotions because of some past trauma or parental guardian having an influx of emotions and not knowing how to deal with them themselves. So as children, we learn that if we absorb someone else's energy, then they will be nice to us, or they'll stop worrying, or they will not be mad anymore. So as children, like, we develop these empathic skills. And I'm wondering why that is, like, why I think it's just easier for children to do that, to pick up other people's emotions. And I also think that maybe they're better at transmuting it. But I think as adults, as adult empaths, I think that we absorb more than we're able to transmute, because we're not staying grounded and connected on a regular basis. So an empath adult needs to learn what their own energy feels like away from others. Let Galgaliel be your shield maiden. So she's depicted as this Valkyrie shield maiden in this image, but I think that this is a perfect image for this energy of, like, envisioning that this sun, and that she's able to come in and just kind of suck the energy out of you, out of your chakras that are not yours. And I was feeling called to use black kyanite for this reading as well, because the description in the guidebook of the energy vortexes that are able to just suck the energy out of your chakras, I was feeling like this is what kyanite does for me. Like, sometimes if you have a particularly stuck chakra, it feels like a vacuum. It feels like it just goes and sucks whatever negative energy you're holding on to. So I was highly recommending, like, feeling like I needed to recommend black kyanite for those of you that chose this pile. But I'm also working with golden healer quartz, because I was getting the message that, or to remind everybody that when we clear away energy, we need to fill it back up with positive energy. And this is goes the same way with our spaces. Like if you sage your home, clear out all the negative energy, crack your windows so that it's leaving, this leaves a void within your space. And so because like there needs to be there's energy everywhere, like space is always filled. When we clear out energy, it's going to get filled with whatever is lingering around, whatever you bring home from work, whatever you bring home from the grocery store, whatever clutter or random things that you have around your house are all emitting energy and a vibration. So this is just going to fill your space up with energy that's just been lingering around. So whenever we clear out our space, we want to fill it up with golden light, with white light, with positive light and positive energy. And there's various ways that you can do that. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to, this is really going off on a tangent here. Like I particularly go to every room and sit and close my eyes and I call in positive energy. For example, if I were to clear my office, I sit in the center of it and I call, after I've cleared everything, I call back in productivity and inspiration and motivation and good time management, like all those things, that focus that you want in an office, filling that space with that positive energy. And in the case of like your own energetic field, I think Galgaliel is, after she clears out your energy, she's going to fill it up with golden light. And you want to be able to sit and feel, what does this light feel like for me? What does my energy feel like for me? So that you know, this is me. And when you're feeling something external, you'll notice that this is not me. So I think one of the reasons I'm going through all of this is because a lot of times we talk about bubble. Let's put a bubble up. Let's put a shield up. Let's put a bubble up. And that's exhausting. You are having to use your energy to put this shield up for you. But if you are constantly radiating your own energy and source energy and staying grounded and connected, we don't have to have these big walls and these big shields up. And I think that while Saturn, the planet of boundaries and restrictions, is in a water sign of Pisces, we don't have these solid walls right now anyways. That's been my experience of water cleansing is working right now. Smoke cleansing, not as much. And like our boundaries are fluid right now. So if we are constantly staying connected and grounded to source energy and staying connected and grounded to our own energy, we don't have to have these boundaries, these walls. And I think it's just our walls, our bubbles are permeable right now because we're in a water sign, Saturn. Wow, this is going to be a long reading. Okay, so we have 3 healing spirit messages. Spirit healers and helpers are with you. This came up in group 1 too. And the message I was getting in group 1 is that like other spirits are assisting as well, like not just angelic. We're calling in the angels right now, but I think a lot of people that are maybe attracted to this reading also have elemental spirits or fairies and not just angelic energy. Natural healing power. The message I was getting for this card is just simply like, because you are one that is going to always go help and help people. You're just a helper. Helpers need to help themselves first and foremost. And we also have inner space and universal knowledge. And I wanted to read the message for this one. When you are ready to receive higher spiritual wisdom, you must prepare your mind for it. Working with your spirit guide through meditation and clearing any chaotic thinking will ensure you are ready to work with the higher aspects of spiritual wisdom. Your spirit guide is working hard to get you there, so you must work with them and create a good inner space. Work on yourself now and prepare for new knowledge and opportunities to follow. So the message that I'm getting with this card is that I really feel like those of you that chose this card can really work with Galgaliel as a spirit guide at this time. Like sometimes we have spirit guides that just kind of come and go. But I do think because of this other card, spirit healers and helpers are with you, that you do have we all have guides and guardians, but you have other guides and guardians that might not be angelic. But I think you're able to like really tap into Galgaliel's energy right now. And so I'm also working with Archangel Michael for this reading. And even like this was like, I felt like this was Michael's energy coming through with the Knight of Swords card here too. So his additional messages are: embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled and have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from disquieting feelings holding you back. And with all of this sword energy, like we even have the Six of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Michael's sword is coming through here twice for you. I think is enforcing this need to clear away, cut the cords, cut the ties, release the things that are not yours. And we also have a reality check: assessment, exploration, honesty, and determination. And this was kind of coming back to this Knight of Swords energy too, of like checking in with yourself. Is this my energy? Is this my thought? Is this my feeling? Is this my emotion? And if it's not, let it go. There are times when your angels may seem to get a little sassy with you. Sometimes the messages are lovingly saying, if you want to save money, stop spending. Or if you want to be physically healthier, go for a walk or change your diet. Or if you really want a life partner, get out of the house. These are loving but direct messages from your guardian angels to help you change your life. Remember, your angels will never speak angrily or harshly to you. But if it takes a metaphorical unicorn dancing in rainbows to get your attention, so be it. Now is the time to have a heart-to-heart chat with yourself about the actions you are or aren't taking versus the experiences you wish to have. So the message I'm getting with this card is kind of referring back to the Six of Swords in reverse here, the out of the frying pan and into the fire. And like I said at the beginning, the thought of like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do these situations like happen over and over and over again? And I think the reality check card can speak to eventually we have to realize that the situations that we are in are situations that we created. Now, I know not everybody is going to be ready to hear that message, and it is a tough pill to swallow, but we've got the reality check card here, and I'll throw myself under the bus here. Like, I have to recognize, for those of you that don't know, I'm also the creator of the Just a Phase Moon Planner, and I've been working on this project for 4 years, and I just keep waiting for it to take off. And I have to be honest with myself, and I guess honest with you guys, because apparently we're spilling all the beans here. I know and am aware that the reason I am not successful is my own doing. It's my own negative thoughts and insecurities that have prevented me from being successful with that project. And I know this, I'm working on this, and I'm trying to do better. But it is a tough pill to swallow that, like, I know that I created the situations that I've experienced with creating the planner. And I know, I know this because I, like, especially in the beginning, I was preparing for worst case scenario. I was like, there's no way this isn't going to succeed. I'm going to focus on, I'm like, what is the worst case scenario thing that can happen? And I'm going to have a plan for that. And so I had a plan for every worst case scenario. And guess what? Every worst case scenario situation happened, and I had to deal with it. And it was nice to have a plan for those things, but I'm also aware that I created those situations. When we have negative thoughts, negative things will happen. And even the thought, why does this keep happening to me, is a thought that is going to continue these patterns to happen. So we have to break the pattern, break the cycle. And for those of you that chose group 2, I know you're being called out here, but we have all been on this out of the frying pan into the fryer situation. You have to break the pattern. Galgaliel's here to help clear away all of the stuff that is not yours. This isn't just, she's not clearing away negative energy, although you can ask her to do that. But she's clearing away the stuff that is not yours because you're carrying other people's crap. And when you can't tell the difference between other people's crap and your crap, you're not focusing on the right crap. You need to focus on your own crap so that you're not out of the frying pan and into the fryer, or back in the pan, or whatever the saying is. Like, it's okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to focus on your crap and your energy. It's okay to put other people's crap down. It's okay for you to say no. It's okay for you to say, look, I'm going through a lot right now. I need to focus on myself. I need to take care of me. As empaths, we're also capable of just listening to other people, being there as an ear for support, and not actually having to fix the thing for them. You can be a friend, you can be a good friend, you can be a good listener, you can be a shoulder to cry on, but all of us, whoa, this is a really big message. I'm getting dizzy. All of us are responsible for our own stuff. You can't fix, change, or solve anybody else's problems but your own. And no one else is responsible for fixing, changing, or solving your problems. That's your responsibility. No one is going to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself, and we all have to take care of ourselves. So wield that sword of truth. I know it was a hard one to swallow, and believe me, honestly, all of the pick a card readings that I have ever done, I relate to all of them. Like, I relate to all three piles of every pick a card that I've ever read for. So I am getting the message, I'm getting the harsh truth, and I'm getting that tough pill to swallow at the same time as you are. And sometimes we just need that reality check. And if if a reality check comes in the form of a rainbow horned unicorn, then I mean, can we really complain? And from a Valkyrie angel, I mean, come on. So I do think it's going to be a good idea to spend some time in the sunlight. That might help you connect to Galgaliel's energy. And I had this amazing kaleidoscope experience in the sun the other day. And I honestly didn't even have to go outside for it. I just found there was a patch of sunlight on the floor of my husband's office, actually. And I just laid there in that little square of sunlight, and magic happened. So connecting to the sunlight, remember that if you're using clearing stones, that it might be a good idea to pair it with something lighter. It doesn't have to be a yellow stone. It could be even just clear quartz. Pairing dark stones with a light stone is very beneficial. So hugs to you, group 2. I hope that you received the messages that you were meant to receive. And if things didn't resonate with you, or if it was too much, just take what did resonate and leave the rest. This is the lesson of this reading, is take what's yours and get rid of the things that are not. So thank you so much for taking time out for yourself today. Thank you for helping me to connect to the angels today. And I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again. Thank you so much. Hello, group 3. If you chose this beautiful pink angel here, this is Archangel Chamuel. I'm going to read a little bit of information, just a brief overview of this angel from the guidebook. I also have a channeled message for you, and then we'll jump into your tarot and oracle messages as well. So Chamuel's keywords are love and relationship. The beautiful Archangel Chamuel is known as the angel of the heart, or the loving one. The name Chamuel comes from the word Lanachim. I don't know how to pronounce it. Lanachim in Hebrew, which means comfort and compassion. Chamuel's pure love can help release sorrow from your heart and guide you towards forming open-hearted and balanced relationships. Call on this angel to attract more romance or when you need help to resolve issues with loved ones. Whenever this being is around, you may get a fluttery butterfly feeling in the pit of your stomach. Chamuel is sometimes portrayed as a masculine angel, but she can also be attributed with soft feminine energy, as depicted in her oracle card. Or she often arrives surrounded with springtime green and deep pink, the colors of love and compassion. Call upon Chamuel to open your heart chakra and release any misunderstandings, hurts, or rejections. Her gentle yet powerful love can dissolve even the most stubborn, lower emotions. She will infuse all of your relationships with perfect, unconditional love. Chamuel is also the angel charged with finding lost things and can help you locate anything from misplaced keys, new friends, your ideal career path, or even a soulmate. The message in the guidebook here says, "Open your heart and let yourself be cherished. Always remember that you are loved, for you are made of love." So I kind of got similar messages as well. But let's jump into your tarot cards first here. The first one we have is Justice, the 10 of Cups, and also the Ace of Swords. So it's interesting to me that the Justice card came up, and we're talking, like, even in the guidebook for the angel, we're talking about balance here. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this is when it's right for you, or whenever you're feeling drawn to this reading is when it's right for you. But I do also think that there is some significance to this card being here because we've had a Libra full moon lunar eclipse this spring in 2024. And I believe it is kind of closing out cycles for some people, or especially if there was something significant that happened in your life last fall around the Libra solar eclipse 2023, because the Libra sign is the scales and balance. So let me go through the channeled message for you guys. Where the darkest hour exists, there is an equally opposite light. Your most deepest, darkest thought also has a lightest, best light. Once we balance these two extremes and maintain it, we then will discover new and even bigger and brighter things that will also have its opposite. It is the nature of duality. What is in the center will always be and has always been love. Heart is at the center of everything. The world needs your love. There is enough worry, stress, pain, and conflict. Do not put that out into the world. Send out love. Stand in love. Be in love. And love will come back to you. Give me your sadness and I will transform it. Give me your fear and I will transmute it. Give me your anger and choose love instead. Love is all there is. Envision your life filled with love and happiness, and it will be so. You have to acknowledge the negative. This is not spiritual bypassing. This is awareness and shifting perspective. Then transmutation. Be a love alchemist. And our oracle messages here are: the first step is taken. You have already asked for help. So when I pulled this card, it made me kind of think that maybe some of you have already worked with your angels or spirit guides or something like that. And I think it's just kind of like a gentle reminder to continue to ask for help, because they hear you, they're listening, and there's infinite help from the angels. Heal the past and fix tomorrow. And heal yourself to heal the world. So I really feel like that those of you that chose this group have already done a lot of healing, and along the same lines of like, you've already asked for help, continue to ask help. I feel like you're just being encouraged to continue doing the work. I think like a lot of times we kind of hope and wish that like, well, I'm going to do this shadow work, or I'm going to heal this wound, and then I'm just going to be healed and I'm going to be enlightened, and that's just how it's going to be. But the truth is, there's always going to be things that come up in your life that are obstacles, that are lessons that we need to learn, that are wounds, new wounds that need to be healed, or old wounds breaking open that need to be healed again. And that's just how it is. There is no completion. Well, the completion is when we decide to leave and go to the afterlife. Whenever that day comes, we all have that day where we go to whatever is next. But as for now, there is no like, you're going to get to this point and everything's just going to be magically perfect and totally aligned. Because that's like the lesson. That's the point of living the life, is to aspire for great things and continue to do the work to get there. I think you are doing the work. I think you have been doing the work. I think you need to be acknowledged for doing the work, and for trying to keep your scales balanced. I'm just looking at this image here of like, yeah, your scales get tipped sometimes, but then you find that equilibrium again and you're able to come back to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how it should be. There's always going to be these obstacles. There's always going to be these lessons. And when you get knocked off the track, then you just put yourself back on. It's really easy to get stuck in that darkness, to get stuck in that negative energy or that anger or resentment that you're feeling. But collectively as a whole, and specifically for those of you that have chosen this pile, if you are feeling sad, hurt, worried, Chamuel is going to transmute that energy for you. And just acknowledging it and seeing it and taking it for what it is, and then putting it down and choosing love instead. We're also working with Archangel Michael. So all of the readings have Archangel Michael cards with them. So one of your cards is, you are protected, you are safe within my bubble of light, and you can proceed with confidence. And it is time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences and bring balance into your life. So this is the third time that balance has come up for this group. So that's what was really making me feel like this Libra energy, this Libra full moon is very significant for those of you that chose this pile. And it's okay to get thrown off balance. You can always come back on track. It's interesting that this, you are protected, and she's actually like in a bubble here. When I was connecting to Chamuel's energy, I saw like that Glinda the Good Witch bubble, like pink and sparkly, and just she has this very gentle, subtle, I mean, if you just like feel like if you just do one little boop, it will just burst. It feels like this very light energy. And you want your heart to feel light-hearted, you want that light energy. And actually one of the exercises in the book to connect to her energy is envisioning that she is in your heart and making it lighter, and it growing and expanding that soft pink. And this whole reading she's got this very pink, and then the other cards here have a lot of green in them. And that is the heart chakra card. So this is a heart chakra colors, the green and the pink. So I think this is just very, I chose rose quartz to go with this reading. This is just a very heart-centered, gentle, loving, nurturing. If you are feeling out of balance, like using this love, connecting to your heart and connecting to your heart chakra is going to help you find that balance and find that center again, because what Chamuel said is the heart is the center of everything. And oh my gosh, another balance. Have confidence, strength, balance, prepared, and tranquil. And I felt called to read from the book for this one here. It's a very quick message, but it says, do an internet search for calm, cool, and collected, and you'll see your face. Your hard work and perseverance are paying off. You're doing a fabulous job keeping everything in balance, which is no small feat. The message here is to celebrate just how far you've come and to keep moving. And I also thought it was interesting that this card color activation is pink and purple. Pink energy is reminding you that you are perfect exactly as you are. And the color purple is giving you permission to step into your power. So I don't know. This is I was feeling when I first pulled cards, like I was feeling that some of you might be sad or just kind of like bleh, like not necessarily bad, but just kind of like meh kind of energy. And I think you're just meant to see the progress that you've made, how much calmer you are, how much more confident you are. Even if it's not all the time, that's okay. We're not supposed to be one thing all the time. We're supposed to be ever changing and evolving. So I feel like you are like really kind of stepping out of a deep healing and emerging as this new balanced, heart-centered self. And our chakra card for group number 3 is love connection. There is an intelligence in the heart that cannot be denied or even explained, only felt. You are sifting through old layers of discontent, connecting with the authenticity and divine of who you are now. Your heart is teaching you that all you have ever desired or imagined has always been within you, awaiting your intention and courage to allow it. New allies will arrive to you soon in human form. You have attracted them, and they will easily align to this frequency of heart-based connection. So, of course, we get a heart chakra card. The crystal is girasol opal, and the herb is lavender. As I was reading that, I was really feeling this 10 of Cups card of your heart is teaching you that all you have ever desired or imagined has always been within you, awaiting your intention and courage to allow it. And again, confirmation that like you have been doing the work. You are sifting through old layers of discontent, connecting with the authenticity and divinity of who you are now. And our gemstone for this group is ruby, a gem of passion, intensity, eros, love, and enthusiasm. It activates the heart chakra and helps heal emotional and physical issues of the heart, including heartache and grief. Ruby helps attract new love or reignite the flame that's already there, increasing your passion and soul connection. The affirmation here is I am filled with passion, open to love, and not afraid to live with intensity. So very, very beautiful messages for you guys. I hope that you're able to connect to these greens and these pinks to help you feel that very, very subtle, gentle Chamuel energy, and remembering to think with your heart, lead with your heart. So much heart energy from this group. Remember that this reading is infused with Reiki energy, and Chamuel's energy. So if you need to listen to this again, know that you are healing whatever chakra you need to be healed. But I think specifically we're focusing on the heart chakra for you guys. And know that you can always ask your angels for help. You can always ask for Chamuel to heal anything that you might be feeling specifically in the heart and surrounding areas of the heart. So thank you so much, Chamuel, for connecting with us today. Thank you to the viewer and listener for taking time out for themselves today. And thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again.